My name is Caroline Allums, and today I'm going to be talking to you about self-efficacy and teacher workload. This is a professional development presentation for teachers K-12, but really can be a teacher of any age range and for any subject, because during these unprecedented times during the pandemic, it's really important that we are taking care of ourselves as teachers, because we are constantly being asked to do more and more, and we are becoming nurses, we are becoming counselors, we are becoming janitors. So as we are tasked with more and more responsibility, it is important that we maintain strong self-efficacy. I bet that you have either thought or done one of these things. I know that I am particularly bad at taking on new responsibilities and saying no, because I always feel guilty that if I don't do it, somebody else is gonna have to do it. Now, I hope you appreciate my office space memes. But you might be asking yourself, what is self-efficacy? I've heard of self-esteem before, but what is self-efficacy? Ormrod says that self-efficacy is how learners perceive their confidence in a specific domain or in a specific task. So for example, you might have a student who feels like they are really good at multiplying 2-digit by 2-digit numbers. So they have high self-efficacy in multiplication of 2-digit by 2-digit numbers because they feel like they can successfully complete that task at any time. Now, self-esteem, on the other hand, is how a learner perceives themselves overall. So, do they see themselves as a good person? Now, you might be asking yourself, well, what does this actually have to do with teacher burnout? And what does this actually have to do with teachers feeling overburdened? Because teachers are overburdened, they rarely have the opportunity to feel successful in their tasks. Teachers are more likely to have low self-efficacy if they're constantly being asked to do more and more work. Now, there are 4 research articles that have really helped connect these ideas of teachers being overburdened and self-efficacy. The first one is an article called Teacher Self-Efficacy and Teacher Burnout, a Study of Relations. It was found that when teachers are feeling lots of time pressure and emotional exhaustion, they are more likely to have lower job satisfaction and to feel emotional exhaustion. The second article, called Burnout Among Senior Teachers, Investigating the Role of Workload and Interpersonal Relationships at Work, found that the root cause of burnout can actually be because of emotional overextendedness by contact of other people, and they're less likely to be satisfied in their job and more likely to be burned out. In article number 3, Relationship Between Teacher Self-Efficacy Perceptions and Job Satisfaction, it's found that there is actually a major significant relationship between self-efficacy perceptions and job satisfaction level. If you feel like you are capable at performing your job at a high level, you're more likely to be satisfied with your job. However, the inverse is also possible. If you are feeling low self-efficacy in your job, you are more likely to have a low job satisfaction level, which might end up in burnout. And fourth, the relationship between teacher self-efficacy and perceptions and job satisfaction level also shows teachers who are given more and more administrative loads are actually less likely to do what they are meant to do in their actual job, which is what makes a difference in students' lives. They're less likely to do things like provide feedback on students' assignments and be a good instructor. These 4 research articles show that self-efficacy, when is high, makes a teacher feel very successful and makes them want to do their job. However, when a teacher is overburdened, they feel less successful and start to feel like they do not want to do their job, or like they're starting to become burnt out. Now, these 3 friendly sources are really amazing. The first one is called Cult of Pedagogy by Jennifer Gonzalez, and it is a podcast called We're a Family and Other School Norms That Can Cause Burnout. And Miss Gonzalez does a really good job in telling teachers that they're actually a part of the problem, believe it or not. That when we use language like we are a family and let's do it for the students, it actually perpetuates this idea of teachers should be overworked and teachers can take on anything, when really this is not something that's healthy for teachers to perpetuate in and of themselves. The next resource, which is a blog called Known by Seth Nichols, he wrote an article called Why Teachers Are Walking Out. And this is, in fact, very interesting because he says that teachers are very altruistic humans and that frequently they take on the job of teaching because they want to give and they want to give of themselves, but this is frequently taken advantage of. And he also brings up a interesting idea where he says that it's in fact gender that also plays a role in this, because women are expected to give everything that they can for children. So when a female teacher is not giving their all for a child, they're not being successful in their job. One of my favorite scholars, Alfie Kohn, suggests that teachers can only be accepted when they are compliant with the additional tasks that they are asked to do. So when a teacher is not saying yes to everything, when they are not giving their absolute all to their job, they are in fact not being accepted into the culture of teachers. So how do we raise our self-efficacy as teachers? We want to know. We want to feel successful in our jobs. And one way that Gonzalez suggests that we raise our self-efficacy is by just saying no. If you're asked to take on the debate club, but you don't have enough time in your life and you don't have enough room on your plate for it, just say no. She also suggests that you speak up. If you find that lots of teachers are feeling overburdened and overworked, she asks for teachers to speak up to their administrators, speak up to their lawmakers, and let them know how you're feeling. Ormrod suggests that in order to feel successful, you have to see yourself succeed. So when you see yourself succeeding in smaller tasks, you're more likely to feel successful in larger tasks. So to help yourself succeed on a daily basis, you can start off with smaller, easier tasks and then take on the larger tasks after you feel successful. And lastly, Ormrod suggests that if you are supporting others and you are helping others to succeed and you're seeing others succeed, that you're more likely to feel that you can be successful yourself. So how is this going to affect our students? We're always asking, what's in it for the students? So there are 4 things that the students will get out of this. First, the students will receive a more positive classroom environment. When their teacher is positive, their classroom environment is positive. So students will enjoy being in a positive and happy classroom environment. Students will also see you as a positive role model. As a teacher, you are constantly modeling for your students and they are watching your every move. So when you are feeling successful and you are feeling capable of instruction and you are feeling capable of educating and touching students' lives, they are seeing your confidence and wanting to emulate it. Self-efficacy also helps with teacher consistency. When teachers are not feeling burnt out, they're more likely to show up to work. They're less likely to quit their jobs. So consistency is extremely important in students' lives. When they know that their teacher is going to be there every day, they're feeling more confident in their ability to do their work. And lastly, teachers are more likely to build positive teacher-student relationships when they're feeling confident that they are being a positive impact in students' lives. Thank you so much for watching my presentation. I appreciate you listening.